Check, check. Garrett Minyard. Garrett Minyard, please report to the principal's office.
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic check.
I don't have the score. I have the stream.
No, I know. How do I do the score on the screen?
Oh, I thought you guys were doing it.
Yeah, is it already over there?
I think Blake or who's over there?
Is that go with the charger in?
Maybe, yeah. It's on stat together. How you doing, buddy? Good, how are you? Good, man. Good.
Whose phone are you streaming on?
Huh?
Whose phone are you streaming on? Is that
The Posi's phone, yeah. I also need to pull up these rosters. I don't have a roster. Why, you don't know how to do the sort of thing?
Apparently you have to log in to everything. I don't know how to do it yesterday.
Cardi, do you know how to do this,
Oh, the score?
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh, sure.
So go to balance. Go back to home. He's very good. He's very good. I have. What's up, Jeff? It's not letting me go. No. I'll know what the score is. I'll go tell you what the score is.
You can take that phone there.
Okay.
How do I do that? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the VLA East Division event number 1. We are in our final match of the weekend here at Mohegan Sun in Norwich, Connecticut, between Boston Bounce and LVC. This is the second matchup between these two teams this weekend. Boston Bounce took the first match last night in 4 sets. And LVC is looking to make a strong comeback here. Also coming off of a win earlier in the day against Northeast Force. My name is Garrett Minyard, and I'm the captain of Northeast Force. But for the next hour or so, I will be your guide and your host as we watch these two teams battle it out for the last match of the first weekend with some crucial points on the line. LVC has been off to a clean start here in this first set. And Boston's going to try to get something going here from the service line. Pass well. Ball's going to the right side. They're going to rely on Mather here a bunch. That's a big block from Greg Woods against the middle Matt Seifert. Trying to take care of the overpass, but Greg Woods a bit too quick to let that one get by. Boston's going to need to play high over the net. Big game tonight if they're going to take down this LVC team. And there's Ryan Mather going off the hands. Mather has been a weapon for LVC, making his debut last season for the Flamingos. And we're going to see him get set a bunch of balls here in this match, would be my prediction. Here's Seifert from the line, new addition to the team. Good float. Low pass. Ritter gets it out, but a little wide, chipped over. Set to the outside. Nice dig here from Bounce. High ball. Shot over. Well dug. Back to Mather. And great block touch. That's going to be key for these guys. Here's Woods. Got to terminate. That ball is blocked out of bounds. Line judge was overturned there. And Greg Woods gets it off the hands. Great rotation for Boston there. Woods on a quick float. Pass low. That ball set over the middle. Nice save. Picked up. Another tip down the line. Oh, taken care of. That ball is flushed down at the net. Boston starting to show some control here over the net early in set 1. And catching up to this early LVC lead. There's Woods. Another dig for Woods. That ball is over. Out of system sets inside for Mather. Buried. Cross court. Into the sideline. You can't stop him every ball. He is going to score. Can Boston shake it off and give themselves a first ball side out? There's Mather off the serve. Out of bounds. That's helpful. That's helpful for the Bounce. Here comes number 19, Matt Wertheim. Nice top spin serve. Bump set to the right, and Mather into the net. That ball's too low for him. Good service pressure. And that ball served into the upright. 11:22 Sports showing off the durability of their net systems here as they're being pummeled by VLA men's volleyball servers from the end line. That ball trickles off the tape. Well handled tip over the block. Played well. Mather with the set. Another tip over. A little tip here in the first set. There's a net violation on LVC on the way up. Those errors can be costly down the stretch here. LVC still maintaining a slight lead Now 9 serving 10. There's a middle. Off the middle serve. Hit back to the middle. Good choice by John Keller to cut it back there. Put some pressure on the middle blocker who's serving and playing defense. And here's Keller now from the service line. Low serve, passed well. Over the top. That ball's hit down the line, and Mather can't handle it. Lands out of bounds. A great pass to attack there from number 18, Jack Pinsett. And Colin Ritter with the float serve. Boston bounce setter, and that ball is returned. Ritter in action. There's Woods off the hands. Well played. That's a pineapple ball that's picked up. Ritter with a save just over the top and out of bounds. Good scramble play on the LVC side there. And this team is in need of Colin Ritter's leadership with their captain and founder, Jeff Valtrin, falling to injury in the first match of the weekend. This team is in need of some consistent leadership out there, and Colin Ritter is the guy to step up and do that, finding Greg Woods on the outside, who goes high off the hands. Boston bringing a young team in here this weekend, sprinkling in a few veterans, and big serves like that from the young guys are going to help them take down a very strong rival here in LVC. LVC coming out of rotation 1. Look for Mather on the outside here. That ball is set to Matt Seifert on the gap. Hit down and through. Greg Woods saying, I got to help you with that. Tough to handle everything on that great in-system pass. Put a lot of pressure on the block. Top spin serve here from LVC. Passed well. Ritter finds a good ball, and that hit high off the hands over the top of the defenders. First ball side out for Boston bounce. A little serve location switch here, going 5 to 6, working on Evans. Here's Mather off the hands high into the score table. And I'm getting my second touch of the day. Here's Matt Seifert, middle out of Penn State. Working on a float serve here. Number 5, pass well at the hand. This coming over the top for the big. That ball is hit hard into area 1 and deflected out of bounds. Greg Woods, little float serve. Trying something new, and there's John Keller. John Keller, no stranger here to VLA action. His name's been called hundreds of times. That ball from Mather is not passed well into area 2. Ritter just trying to find someone to send it over, and they wind up with a free ball, and that is the price you pay for sending a free ball to LVC, who has no shortage of options to stress your block out. Let's see if they can handle this Ryan Mather serve. He has been electric from the service line all weekend. That ball passed very well. There's a middle ball through the block and down. Boy, if Boston can keep that effort up, first ball side out, they're going to find themselves being successful again here this afternoon. One of few topspin serves on the Boston bounce side here. Well played. Here's Mather out of the back row through the block, finding just the tiniest of spaces for that ball to fly through. The defenders didn't have a chance. It's another kill for Ryan Mather. Here comes Josh Bigford. Top spin serve, cross court, well past. That ball's to the outside, down the line, and shanked by Mather out of bounds. Boston on the first ball side out game, looking very efficient here in set one. Although still trailing one as we head into the end game here of our first set. The ball's blocked well, but handled. Here comes Eric Martin. Speaking of veterans, into float surf. The LVC legend. And will he get this dig? What a rundown, Eric Martin. What an effort. That ball set high and tight and recycled again. And then finally down on the LVC side. But what a miraculous effort from Eric Martin. Float serve, the run, he is sweating after that one. Great job, Eric Martin. Here's Colin Ritter with a great high float serve. Evans pass high up the net. There's Mather set to the outside, slowed down by Woods. Diving dig by Colin Ritter, and Bounce is sending a free ball. We know this is a tough situation. And that's another great touch. Ritter has got the first ball there. High ball to Woods, rolled into the middle and down. Not a defender even taking a step for the Flamingos, who are caught off guard there by the Greg Woods roll shot. And here's Ritter again. Quick serve. Floating at Evans. 1-1. There's Seifert on the gap. Dug well by Ritter. High ball to Woods. He's rolling again, but Evans is not going to get tricked twice on that ball. Here's Mather out of the back row. Off the hands and out of bounds. The big arm of Ryan Mather continues to pummel through the Boston bounce block. Top spin serve coming here from the LVC side. Boston working out of row one. Saved by Ritter. Drop to the middle. Here's Mather. That ball is hit cross court. Deep. 1-6 seam. And in LVC now up 20-18 here in set one. A 2-point advantage. Got the right volleyball in the hands of the server. We're looking at another top spin ball here. Coming in hard, and that ball is just out of bounds. Good look from the Boston bounce side. You saw the bench getting involved there with the out call. And here's Jack Pinsett with the top spin serve of his own. Floated it out for the hybrid. That ball's outside. There's Mather over the block. Into Pinsett, who can't handle the heat. That ball is over the top of Greg Woods, which is a very difficult achievement. But brilliant swing by Mather. Another top spin serve here. Passed off the net. Ritter side set behind to the outside. And Evans dug. That ball is high. And Mather with the net violation, as he tried to save that dig from going over the net. You guys are good there. Serving substitution here. We got a float serve coming in, and that ball is served out deep. And we will reverse that sub here on the Boston side. Boston throwing in everything they got here, trying to catch up on that 2-point advantage that LVC has kept intact for the majority of this set. And here's Seifert. Float serve at a 5. Passed well with the hands. Ritter can do what he wants here. That ball's hit into the hands of Mather. It's dug high. Here's Mather on the high ball. And a rare hitting error for Mather. But hold on. We've got a down official stepping in and calling the net violation on Boston Bounce. What a break for LVC to get the net violation on a Ryan Mather hitting error there. And they put Seifert back on the line. He's working from 5 to 1. Passed very well. Middle ball is set through the hands of Keller and down. Rafael Burgos has already been a factor for Boston here. And here comes Greg Woods. The high floater just out of bounds deep over the top. That's a tough miss for the Boston Bounce right now, but Greg Woods is a clutch player who's no doubt going to come up big here at the end of this first set. And that ball served out of bounds by Mather. What a break for Boston Bounce as they are facing an LVC set point here. 22, serving 24. Here's Matt Wertheim. Spin serve is out of bounds. And LVC takes set 1. Off of a Boston Bounce service error. We are switching sides here. And then back to action. Great first ball side out game from Boston Bounce there. Probably not capitalizing on a few too many LVC errors. Ryan Mather is just a handful to stop. We'll be back in action here in just a moment. Stay tuned, stay with us. Tell a friend to log on and check it out. BLA action here on YouTube.
Wes, can someone write down everybody's names for me? Yeah, can I get some names?
I can tell you. Okay, just want to go down the list of numbers.
Well, the numbers like on the website are all wrong. So, who's 7? Center. Cooper. Tanner. Tanner what?
I don't know last names.
Tanner.
I only know everybody's first name.
All right, I know most of the guys. Who's 23?
Clayton.
Clayton.
Clay Stanley.
Oh, Clay, yeah.
I don't know if it goes by Clay though.
All right, Clayton.
I was like, he's calling him Clayton. So. John, Dave.
I think I got everyone else.
Everybody else you know.
All right.
Yeah, I don't got anything in the last name. I also have his group chats with their first name.
I'll find out their last names.
They're just not on the website. Don't we have to have some rosters?
Yeah.
Until we need more players for championships.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't matter.
Tanner Maxwell.
Tanner's kind of close.
Tanner Maxwell is that guy. Clayton.
Honestly, I think Getty with his name on it.
Did he play with Dynasty last year? Clayton. Because this is matched with Clayton. He played at UCLA, 6'2" outside hitter. That's got to be.
Oh, that it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he went to UCLA.
Yeah,
sorry, I thought that was his.
So you did know his last name. That's great.
There you go. He's UCLA.
Yeah, I got those guys. I need someone from the Boston side to give me this too. I'll work on that.
You say non-identifiable white male.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we are back here in set 2. DLA East Division event number 1 action. LVC taking the first set against Boston Bounce in a tight game, looking for a redemption match after dropping a 4-setter last night to the Boston Bounce, and off to a great start here. We've already seen some impressive offensive action out of opposite Ryan Mather. And here he goes again. Cross court, destroying that ball. Colin Ritter doing everything he can to try to hang on to it. But that ball is dug out of bounds. And here comes Seifert now. He's hitting a good, consistent float serve. Putting a little bit of pressure on Boston to execute. And they've been responding on the first ball side out. There's another one. And we've seen this middle-on-middle action going on. Very strategic attacking out of the Boston side. They're hitting back to Seifert's side. Putting a little, giving him an opportunity to play defense that he did not take. Matthew Clayton with a great pass, and there's Mather through the seam of the block. They are going to have to find a way to get hands in front of him and slow him down if they want this to be a competitive match. Here comes Mather now from the service line. Big toss. Hit well, under control. Pass is off the net. Triple block is formed, and that ball is stuffed back onto the Boston side. All starts with the pass. Ryan Mather putting good pressure on the Boston team here, forcing them to play the high ball. Here's Mather again. Served well. Pin sense. Good pass. That ball's back to Woods, who tips down past the block. No defenders making moves. And Greg Woods coming to life. They're going to need him to score a lot of points. That ball is blocked back onto the LVC side. No coverage on what seemed like a great recycle from Bigford. Here comes Greg Woods on the float serve. Maybe a little momentum forming here for Boston. Now, that ball wasn't quite floating. There's Tanner Maxwell going for the pineapple, but well handled. Rafael Burgos over the top of the block. He was a great factor for Boston in set 1. Maybe we'll see him get going with a few more attempts here. Ritter is a smart setter. He sees these trends. He knows his hitters well. Another good pass here on the LVC side, and that ball is stuff blocked. Boston Bounce putting Ryan Mather in a phone booth. You see a little momentum here building on the Boston side, and there's another good block by Burgos and Ritter. That ball's out of system, high to the outside, and hit into the net. Maybe going for the low edge of the block and just missed. Brought it into the net tape. Some good things happening on that Boston side, and Bigford's going to try to break it up with a good topspin serve of his own. Working right through area 6. Passed very well. There's the big attack. Evans with the flipper backhand ball. That ball is jammed down through the block. Tanner Maxwell and John Keller. And a good, crafty point from the Boston Bounce. They're going to need all the tricks and trades here they can pull out if they're going to take down a very strong LVC team. This is not going to be a punch-for-punch battle. Boston's going to have to find a way to be creative just like that. Use those high hands, get underneath the block. Colin Ritter can put on a master class here of choices to help these guys out. And there's your classic LVC volleyball. Great pass, good set to the outside and ripped off the block. That's going to put John Keller back on the service line. Boston coming out of rotation 5 here. Ritter in the front row. Passed well. Over the top of Burgos. Blocked by Tanner Maxwell. But covered. Ritter setting it deep to the corner. And scores! John Keller trying to back up and play that ball, with perhaps a miscommunication between him and Bigford, as he looks at him and says, I thought you were getting that ball. And Bigford says, I thought you were getting that ball. Well, it turns out Colin Ritter wins that play. Here's Rafael Burgos on the serve. Hit out again. We've got a theme going here. One of these middles is going to have to get a dig if they want to extend their service run. We've seen middle serve, middle attack, back at middle server. Try to keep an eye on that trend and keep you guys posted on how it's going as we get through the match here. Here's Tanner Maxwell working on a big topspin. Pass tight. Ritter with the pineapple over the top. Beating Bigford deep to that line. Bigford knows that's twice in 3 points he's gotten beat on that deep corner ball. He's going to start paying attention to that one. There's Evans with a great pass. Ball goes to Seifert. Slowed down well. Ritter to the outside, high off the hands. Played well by Mather. Outside ball for Ryan Mather. Into the hands and down. Great effort on the Boston side, but that ball hits the floor as Ryan Mather rattles it through the block. And Matthew Clayton to the service line here for LVC. Ball is served out of bounds deep. Easy point for Boston. So here we have Boston now holding on to a 2 or 3 point lead. Working from 11-8, and Pinsence is going to be serving. He's been hitting a good topspin serve here this weekend. Bigford and Evans, little miscommunication. That ball's passed off the net, and Mather gets the high ball hit out of bounds. No touch. That's the service pressure that Boston has to keep applying to keep LVC off the net. There's Bigford with a tight pass. Greg Woods just slaps it down. Very, very gentle. Bigford with the overpass there. Pinsence has his target locked in. He has been attacking that 5-16 between Evans and Bigford. Here he is again working on Evans. Evans passed off the net high into one. That ball is set beautifully by Tanner Maxwell. Back to Mather. A great set. Mather can't get it to go down. And here comes the LVC timeout. Think about the plan. Maxwell trying to figure out what else can I do to give my guys chances to score. And there's A.J. Wachowski. Speaking of VLA legends, veterans, A.J. Wachowski is one of the greats of LVC, been with this team a very long time, and we are curious to hear from him some things that are going on the bench. A.J., you guys started off great in set 1. You maintained a 2-point lead most of the time. You put an end to that first set with some great offense out of Ryan Mather. It seems he is disconnected here in this second set. What are some things you guys are talking about in this timeout?
I wouldn't even say disconnect, but it's, Boston Bouncer dialing up their service pressure, getting us out of system, and we just got to kind of dial in and stick this pass right here so we have all 3 options. We got our left, middle, right, Bick, get the whole offense to open up. Just want to say hi to Ella and Arwen Ritz, nieces watching at home.
Ella and Arwen, we appreciate your viewership, and thank you, AJ, for the insights to the LVC bench. As we heard from AJ, this ball being passed off the net, put a little extra pressure on these guys to be good. They're going to have to find new ways to score. There's Mather with the roll shot that doesn't go down, and a missed play at the net there on the Boston bounce side. Boy, they want that one back, but they won't get it. Excellent run for Jack Pinsence there on the service line. And Bounce maintaining a 14-9 lead. And here comes Seifert. He's going to try to close the gap. We've seen these middles attacking each other. But this ball is not going to the middle because it's passed off the net. And there's Greg Woods off the block and out of bounds. And LVC looking for something out here. They're begging for it. But Bigford knows. He admits to his touch. That ball is out of bounds and back to Boston, who keeps a 6-point lead here in set 2. Let's see if they can keep that service pressure up, keep LVC off the net. That ball played well by Maxwell. And hit inside the block. Boston bounce transition kill. And you see LVC here perhaps a little frustrated. They are trying to find out what's going to work in this set to score against a great Boston bounce team who have really started to take control of that net. Evans hand pass, little low, Maxwell back to Mather, and that ball hit out of bounds. That is Mather's third hitting error of this set. Very uncharacteristic, and they're going to need to get him going pretty soon here if they're going to catch up in set 2. That ball passed well by Evans, but a replay is called as the ball rolled on from the court next door. By the way, we are here at the AAU Grand Prix weekend number 1. We've got juniors teams from around the region, Northeast area, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and the like, competing here and getting the opportunity to watch the big dogs of the VLA play here at center court on court 6. An amazing opportunity for the youth to see what the next level of volleyball looks like, and perhaps a vision for some young dreamers of what is to come in their own career. Boston bounce again with a great block and another slowdown from Burgess. This ball set high. Ritter's going to take it. Drops it short. Takes Tanner Maxwell out of the play. Here's Evans setting high to Mather. They need him to get going. And he rips it through the block, but Ritter with an incredible dig and a save. And that ball's high. Recycled into the net. Covered and sent over. That ball is not played well. Into the corner. Another miscommunication between middle back and the libero, Dave Evans. And we are going to make a quick change here. Josh Bigford coming out of the game for LVC, and perhaps the Flamingos here are looking for something a little more steady on the reception line so that they can get an in-system ball back to their big hitter, Ryan Mather. And there's Evans with a beautiful pass, and what did we say? Right back to Mather. Exactly what they're looking for. Ripped through the seam in the block, and Tanner Maxwell encouraging his team. Come on, guys. We need the energy. We got to bring it now if we're going to come back. And this LVC team knows a thing or two about comebacks. We have seen them pull out some incredible stops, not just this weekend, but also over the course of their tenure. But, boy, Greg Woods has anything to say about it. He is going to terminate. He said, hey, Ryan, you can spike? So can I, brother. And here comes his patented Greg Woods two-hand toss float serve. No approach, and that ball passed well, set well, hit out of bounds by John Keller, but it looks like a net violation on the Boston bounce side, which gives LVC another chance here to earn some points on their serve. That ball passed very well. Ritter with a great set to the outside. Left-hand tip is down. Boy, Boston's getting everything to fall this set. They can do no wrong. Thank you. Boston working on a 10-point lead, 21-11. Here's Ryan Mather down the line and Doug, and Mather trying to get his feet back underneath him. That ball is touched well. We're playing on here. Some maybe confusion at the net. Mather on the D-ball again. Dug by Greg Woods. Here comes Ritter. Greg Woods going to take a rip at it of his own. He roll shots in front of Evans. Evans picked it up. Here comes Tanner Maxwell back to the outside. Matthew Clayton off the edge of the block and out of bounds. And a big transition point for LVC. This is the type of momentum that they're going to need if they get themselves back into this set and perhaps build some momentum going into that third set They're going to need to find some wins on long rallies like that. This is the theme. You've got to earn it out here. Boston Bounce playing incredible defense. Here's Keller on the float serve, out of bounds. That does not contribute to their comeback effort, but Keller undoubtedly will make his mark on this game when he gets back into the front row. What a cannon by Matthew Clayton, launching that ball back to court 7. Here they are back into serve receive. Coming out of row 6. Tanner Maxwell is front row setter. And that ball served into the net. The easiest way to side out. And Flamingos back on the service line. Tanner Maxwell is going to have to do something special with this serve to close a 9-point gap. That's a heck of a rip and one heck of a pass as well. Ripped high off the hands. Evans plays it. Here's Mather. Through the block and down. Ryan Mather coming back to life for the Flamingos. They're going to need his arm and his wits and his energy to pull these Flamingos up out of their slump and fly again. There's Tanner Maxwell working on that 5-16, but passed beautifully. Greg Woods out of the back row, around the block. 1-6 fantastic ball. And Colin Ritter heading into the back row now to serve. Excellent job keeping Greg Woods involved in that offense from the D-ball option. And here's Ritter now, serving at row 1. Clayton passes into area 2. Long push, inside ball for Mather. Recycled off the block. That ball's outside to Woods and stuff block. Boy, Ryan Mather and Matthew Seifert make one heck of a wall up there. And they put Greg Woods' attack back on the floor on his own side. Here comes LVC now. 15-23. Clayton service pass well, going back behind. That is over the top of the block and a net violation for LVC, and that will bring up a Boston bounce set point here in set number 2. 24 serving 15, Jack Pinsent. And that's an ace serve. The Frogs bounce back in set 2. And we're back all squared up at 1-1. We knew it would be a battle. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. We'll see you in set 3 for the next part of the action here on the VLA YouTube channel, East Division event number 1, Boston Bounce and LVC. One.
Dude, great call. Can you tell me the names of these guys on your team? Their full names? Which one? Let me get back to my note here. I need 7. Olivero.
Jordan Apri.
Jordan
Apri.
Apri.
Yeah, A-P-R-E-A.
Okay.
What about 24 in the middle? Not Rafa.
Nick, I don't know his last name.
Nick something. And how about 19?
19, Brendan Barron.
Oh, Brendan Barron. Okay. I've been calling him something else because on the VLA website that they had him.
Nick played with us last year, so he should be there too.
Yeah, let me see. Nick. Nickelodeon. Oh, Nick. This guy?
Yeah.
Kazbrak?
Yeah.
Kazbrak.
He's 100% English.
Nick Kazbrak. Oh. Kazbrak. Kazbrak.
Yeah.
Nicky K.
That's probably better. Let's do that way.
Kazbrak. What? Kazbrak. Okay, got it. Nick Kazbrak. Folks, we are back here in set 3, and action is well underway. And already some incredible defense we're seeing here. Greg Woods going high off the hands. He's looking for the touch on that ball, and he got it. That ball hit high off the fingertips. We were talking just before in set 2 about the enormity of the Matthew Seifert and Ryan Mather block, and it does lend itself to some good, high, flat balls that Greg Woods just showed us how to do. Here's Jack Pinsence. Served under the net, and LVC will absolutely let you hear about a mistake like that. He gives the bench the thumbs up. He is ready to go to receive this ball. Here comes Matthew Clayton, of course, going to serve him. And what a pass. Good response. Big ball hit out of bounds, just out of rhythm for Pinsence. We have a net violation here on the Boston Bounce, and that is another point to LVC. Nick Kazbrak with the attack, but Doug, transition kill for Ryan Mather going over the top of that block. And down on the Boston Bounce side. LVC now up 5-2, taking a nice early lead here in set 3. And here's Matthew Clayton. Top spin serve into the net. 3-point Boston Bounce. And here comes middle blocker number 24, Nick Kazbrak. Serving at LVC rotation 2. Got Matt Seifert coming from the left side, back around the setter, Tanner Maxwell. They got Mather in position to hit the out-of-system ball, and Bigford back into the game. He hits this ball down the line. Dug well, high out-of-system ball, recycled off the hands, covered well by Jack Pinsence. Here's Ritter in action. Greg Woods down the line. What a save by Bigford as that ball is dug and brought back, and can't be played back over the net. Some incredible defense from both ends of the court. And LVC pulling a rabbit out of their hat. Little abracadabra. We thought that ball was gone, and Bigford played it with the hook shot over his right shoulder across the net. And that'll put Matthew Seifert back on the line. Float serve into the net, and I believe that is Seifert's first miss of this match. A rare error for Seifert. Greg Woods, closer, Maxwell, outside, Bigford, slowed down. Dug well by Jordan Dupree. That ball, smashed, but recovered. There's Mather, off-speed shot, Dupree with another day. That ball's high, off the hands. Brandon Barron going high. 2 big swings there from Barron. And the second one gets Boston Bounce the point. Brendan Barron bangs the big ball for Boston Bounce. And there's Mather down the line. Dupree getting a touch on it. Disappointed in himself for missing that dig. But few do make it. Few make that dig against Ryan Mather down the line. And here comes Mather now from the service line. Looking to make an impact as LVC holds a 7-5 lead. And that ball is served into the net by Mather. He'll look to make his run on the next time around. In the meantime, look for Mather to be a great option out of the back row as Maxwell and Keller line up in rotation 4 with Bigford on the outside. That ball served out of bounds. And Bigford will go back to the service line. Brendan Barron, one of just 2 topspin servers for the Bounce, and they're okay with him taking a little bit of risk like that and missing a few serves while the rest of their guys are focused on making their floats. And there's Rafael Burgess. Good high swing, but played well. Good recycle there from Mather. He's calling for some action at the net, maybe an undercall. Here's, Colin Ritter with a fake attack set to Pinsent. That ball is hit out of bounds. Colin Ritter. He is poetry in motion. Wonderful to watch. Here's Bigford working on Barron. Back to Woods. That ball hit into the net. And the Boston Bounce offense is not scoring at the rate they were there in set 2. First ball side out game so far in set 3 has not been as strong. Let's see if they can get it going here on another perfect pass. There's Woods out of the back row, and that's all they needed. It's Greg Woods to respond with another big attack down the line. And here comes Rafael Burgess making his float serve. Pass well by Clayton. Clayton through the block into area 6. Barron handled it, but got lost in transition. Ball dug out of bounds. And LVC with the first ball side out. LVC looking like they're finding more rhythm here in this set. In that first ball side out game. Colin Ritter with the attempt at a dump down into the tape. He knows he goofed up. As the good leaders do, he takes blame. And he's moving on to the next point. Here goes off a perfect pass and a great ball out to Pinsent, who hits off the block out of bounds. LVC saying, "You touched it, dude." Pinsent says, "Nah." That ball is out of bounds. And Colin Ritter, that's a serve. Float serve is up. Bigford, hand pass. Maxwell, back to Mather. Mather, into the net. And here comes Colin Ritter again. Now Boston Bounce looking at a 9-12 3-point spread, and they're trying to catch up. That ball passed well. Seifert is set low. He tips. It is recycled. Maxwell, high ball inside. That ball blocked straight down onto Seifert's head. What a noggin he must have to cover that ball. That ball is recycled. There goes Seifert again. Tip over the top. Here's Pinsent now. Deep tip. Out of bounds. Down the line. And some brilliant positioning on the LVC side Matthew Seifert getting involved with a head cover. And he's showing everyone, I'm good. Been here before. Here comes Tanner Maxwell. Little off-speed serve. Handled well by Jordan Dupree, and that ball is set beautifully to the middle and tipped down by number 24, Nick Ketterson. Top spin serve is up from Pinson. Handled beautifully. And Ryan Mather finding an easy point there for the Flamingos. Very graceful. He's not all power. He has beauty. He has grace. And Matthew Clayton back on the service line for LVC. Hanging on to a 4-point lead. There's a beautiful pass. Here's Greg Woods through the block and dug, but under the net. Clayton wants that one back. Hit him in the hands. A great swing from Greg Woods. Another first ball side out for Boston. And here comes Nick Kasparek. Float serve. Pass well. Seifert tips back to area one, beating Ritter across his body. Greg Woods calling for the first ball side out. Always an optimal play. There's Seifert working on Barron. Barron over the top and dug by Seifert. Here comes Jordan. Bigford off the block, out of bounds. Point for LVC. Those transition points for LVC are going to be crucial to keeping this lead and opening up a 2-1 sets lead here for the Flamingos. A late timeout called there as Seifert finishes pre-serve bounces. Boston trying to rattle them up and talk it over, discuss their options, and see if they can get themselves a first ball side out. We mentioned earlier, strong passing from the Boston side, giving Colin Ritter a chance to run his offense the way he wants to. And he's giving his hitters opportunities to score this ball. That first touch is crucial for Boston Bounce's success here against a big, strong LVC team. Both teams have been battling at the net throughout this match. No clear winners up there. We've traded back and forth. Truly a game of side out here. And Seifert's going to give them the chance with a good float. Hand pass by Barron. Ritter finds Greg Woods. That ball is hit out of bounds. Floating deep. Greg Woods has taken this swing a million times. It doesn't always fall, but he'll take it again. And here comes Seifert. Another good float in that 5-16. Handled well by Barron. Barron going to the outside. Tip into the hand and not covered by Pinsense. That ball drops down. Barron says, let's get on to the next point. I'm done with that. Want to move on. Don't worry. I'll hit. Seifert now on a good run, extending that LVC lead, 17-11. That ball set over. And here comes Mather down the line, dug by Apri, saved by Brendan Barron. And there's a free ball going over for LVC. And there comes John Keller rattling through the block and down. Running that gap in transition. And Burgess says, yow! My fingers! Keller gets a hold of the last two little phalanges there for Burgess as he reaches into the gap. Let's see if they can find him offensively here to help. No, pass behind him by Barron. This ball into the seats. Jack Pinsence goes. Jordan Dupree goes. But this ball cannot be returned. Boston bounce now, facing a 20-11 lead. We are in a mirror image of set 2, where Boston took a 21-11 lead. Let's see if Cypher can extend it for LVC to do the same. There's Greg Woods off the block of Josh Bigford and out of bounds. Just another day at the office for Greg Woods, chiseling off the side of the block from about 11 feet in the air. The patented Greg Woods tumbler serve. Maxwell back to Mather. Big diving block by Brandon Barron, but ultimately hit off his block and out of bounds. Ryan Mather finding his pace again on the offensive end. Let's see what he can do on the service line to help LVC extend their lead. Ritter throwing that ball across the court, and Tanner Maxwell takes advantage of a distracted defense with the left-hand dump down into the court. It's one of those moments where everything is going your way, and Maxwell said, why not? I'll throw a dump in there. Ryan Mather with a bomb down the line, pass into the other side of the court. Put up high for Woods, who hits that ball out of bounds. LVC now with a 23-12 lead. And this is, as I mentioned, as lopsided as set 2 was. Mather may have lost his footing there on that serve, or just trying to be a cute boy and chop that ball a little short into the net. No matter. 23-13, and that is a first ball side out on the LVC side. Another brilliant piece of offense for the Flamingos, and they're going to get Dave Evans back into the game here to serve for Josh Bigford. So set point for LVC out of New York. Dave Evans with the top spin serve, 5-16. Jordan Dupree handled well. That ball's outside of Pinsence into the block and well touched. Here's Maxwell. No Bill Bick attacker is ready for that. That ball set beautifully by Ritter to the middle. Rafael Burgess. Here's a high ball now for Pinsence. No approach. Step close into the block. Mather picks it up. Here's an outside ball. That ball is blocked down by Ritter, but covered. Here goes the ball. Tanner Maxwell taking a swing. And we got a call from the official that that ball may have hit the antenna. Looked like she signaled for out of bounds. To be fair, I'm not sure what the call was there, but certainly it did result in a Boston bounce point. Here's the topspin serve. That ball is high for Clayton, who looks for the high hands. He knows he missed it. You know immediately in that situation when you missed it, but typically you're calling for the touch. Clayton doesn't even bother. They've got a 10-point advantage. But here we are, Boston looking to build some momentum for set number 4, but that ball served into the net and will give LVC the third set victory with a 10-point spread, 25-15, and a 2-1 advantage over the Boston Bounce here in their second matchup and the last match of the East Division event number 1. You're watching VLA action here at Mohegan Sun on YouTube. We'll be back for set 4. And welcome back. My name is Garrett Minyard, and I'm the captain of the Northeast Force men's BLA team here in the East Division, and I am your commentator here for the last matchup of the East Division event number 1, Boston Bounce versus LVC. LVC with a 2-1 lead in what has been a very lopsided match in both ways in different sets. And here we are in set 4. Tanner Maxwell starting it off with a heater of an ace to give his team some momentum, and then one into the net to kill said momentum. And we are back at a wash, 1-1, and Colin Ritter takes the service line for the Boston Bounce. Working on Bigford. Bigford pass tight. What a save by Maxwell. Seifert is up and ready, but Doug, here's Pinsense with the tip. That may have been a call that Boston is unhappy with, and they do get the lift call on Matt Seifert. Sometimes saying whoa can get you your way. And that'll put Colin Ritter back on the line. 2 serving 1. And Ritter now working on a top spin into a float, but in the net for Boston Bounce. And here comes Matthew Clayton for Team LVC. He's been a rock back here on the service line. Not a lot of aces, but not a lot of misses. Putting pressure on the other team. That ball is hit through the block and down by Jack Pinsense. Matt Seifert letting out a grisly roar in his frustration of not blocking the Jack Pinsense attack. And here's Pinsense now from the service line. Short shot. Played well. Dug well. Greg Woods on the right, hitting into the tape. That ball was not touched by the LVC block. And here comes Matt Seifert onto the service line. Seifert serving cross court through the hands of Brandon Barron. But saved well by Jordan Dupree. That ball is back over the net. Back to Ryan Mather, who gets his first kill here of the 4th set. And almost certainly not his last. That ball hit down the line. Maxwell can't hang on to it, and it's dug out of bounds over the net. Point for Bounce. And we are all tied up at 4 early here in the 4th set. Jordan Bigford, good pass. Set well by Tanner Maxwell. Quick ball into the gap for John Keller, who gets it down into Area 1. That speed is tough to keep up with, especially when Rafael Burgess has got to look out for Ryan Mather on the other side of him there, and that little spread of the gap ball and the ball behind the Mather is a very tough play to defend for a middle blocker. There's Burgess with the offensive attack, but blocked, recycled, ball goes outside of Barron, and he hits it into the net. That's an LVC point. Now with the 2-point advantage, 6-4, with Ryan Mather on the line, who has yet to unleash his full wrath from the service line. There he is. Pass well. Greg Woods off the hand. Tanner Maxwell picks it up. That ball is out to Maxwell, who can also take a rip. Play well by Burgess. That ball is set over the net. Dug well by Mather. Outside, Bigford, block, recycled, going again, 1-on-1, Woods with the block, there's Mather slapping it up, and a free ball to the Boston Bounce side. Ritter going quick to Burgess in the gap, played into the net, and then out by Maxwell. Matthew Clayton taking a rip out of the back row, which we love. You love to see that, but he hits it out of bounds. If that's the difference of sending the free ball to the Boston bounce side, I think it's a great decision. Just hit out of bounds. Now passed well. There's Bigford slowed down, dug by Apri. That ball set inside but low, set over the net. Well dug. There's Keller. Great touch by the middle, but Greg Wood does not come up with the dig. And there's another point for LVC. This time it'll be Bigford on the line. Another steady server for Team New York LVC, the Flamingos. Very consistent. That ball is dumped with the left hand by Colin Ritter. And he had Ryan Mather wearing the cement sneakers on that one. Could not make the move he needed to catch up to the crafty Colin Ritter left hand dump. Here's Barron. Served well into one. Bigford pass just off that. Here's Mather with a low set, tipping it deep to the line. Apri, Doug, Ritter, back outside. Pinsent hitting into the antenna. Looking to go off hands. Looks like he just missed it. And that's a point for LVC. A side out the hard way. And John Keller back to the line. Now he's working on a topspin serve. Just out of bounds down the line. Deep. Mixed it up. He tried it out. He said, my bad. He heads back to the service line for a flurry of high fives from his teammates. And here's Burgess. Served well. Clayton losing his balance, but goes crossbody off the edge of the block after stumbling through his own pass into attack. He found some rhythm. Impressive play there by Matthew Clayton. Tanner Maxwell on the line for LVC. That ball played conservatively into the middle of the court, and a great pass from Boston leads to a first ball side out. Middle attack for Boston has been working, and we may see Ritter go back to that more to complement the Greg Woods right side attack later in this match. Here's Mather over the top and well dug by Barron. Here's Ritter. Always a threat sending that third ball over. And that ball is blasted down the line. Dug by Ritter. Hit him up high. Maybe in the chest, but a net violation from Greg Woods means an LVC point. Great defense from the Boston side there. And we're seeing Mather come back to life here on the offensive end. Here's Clayton. That ball served underneath the net. Well, not our first under the net serve of this match. And it's one apiece of those for our two teams playing right now. Proud to say the Northeast Force did not serve any balls underneath the net this weekend. There's Bigford. Touched, but dug out of bounds by Jack Pinsent. And that's another kill for Bigford on the outside. He went high that time over the top of the block. Matt Seifert coming back to the service line now. Passed well by Jordan Dupree. Ritter, good high set. Off the hands. Barron ripping high off the big block of Seifert and Mather. Excuse me, of Keller and Mather as Seifert heads to the bench. LVC looking at a rotation 3 here. And that ball served into the net. LVC hanging on to a 2-point lead here, 12-10. Mather on the service line. Mather's serve is passed well. Burgess is blocked, but covered. And that ball, Barron must have gone to the bench to get a new arm because he is just blasting this ball off the top of the block as of late. Here comes Greg Woods, the patented Greg Woods tumbler serve into the net. Boston's going to have to clean up their service game. Put that pressure back on LVC. That's how they got their set win so far. And Big Bird responds and says, that's all right, Greg. I will also serve in the net. And we will move on. Here comes Barron now, who's been rocketing some balls in the front row. Let's see if he brings that arm with him to the service line. Conservative serve. Matthew Clayton with a great pass. What a dig by Jordan Dupree, flying across the court as Tanner Maxwell dumps and winds up with a Jack Pinsent's hitting error just out of bounds wide on the LVC side. Beautiful dig by Dupree there. Acrobatic, graceful. The type of stuff you love to see in a high-level volleyball game here. And Dave Evans now on the service line with a little top spin of his own for LVC. That ball is going out to Pinsent. Blocked but recycled. Ritter battling with Clayton at the net. Now he's on the floor. Back to Pinsent. Pinsent into the hands. Blocked, recycled, covered. Ritter with a save. That ball got to the back row and Barron took a rip at it. Just out of bounds wide. And LVC spreading that lead out. Boston Bounce is going to need to call a timeout here before this thing gets out of hand. Greg Woods out of the back row, through the block, and down. And Clayton says, hey, man, I went too far. That's my bad. Gosh darn it. I'll keep that block inside. Greg Woods said, keep it right where it is. I like it like that. Here's Burgess. Served out of bounds. A rare miss for Rafael Burgess. And now it's Tanner Maxwell, who's been controlling the service line here on the LVC side with a big topspin rip. Put that ball into the net. Boy, this game has been a flurry of service errors so far. We'll see which team makes that adjustment first to hit a few more conservative balls and let their teams play defense. Great pass. That ball out to Mather. Slowed down by the block, dug well by Jordan Dupree. That ball to Pinsent, and Cypher says not today. Blocking that ball back down onto the Boston Bounce side. And that puts Matthew Clayton back on the line. Top spin serve. That ball hit conservatively. Passed well by Dupree. Back to Pinsent. Roll shot over the block. Dug well. Ball back to Mather. Greg Woods with the big touch, and that ball is just moving too fast to come back down. Mather gets the kill off the hands, out of bounds on his own side, putting Clayton back on the line, and an opportunity to extend this lead. We are, yes, as predicted, the Boston Bounce timeout has come. They've got to slow this thing down as they're now facing a 4-point deficit here in set number 4. Team LVC closing in on that 20 mark. The big ticket here for Boston Bounce has just been this first ball side out game. They started off really well with that, especially in set 2. And then putting pressure on LVC's serve receive, getting that ball off the net, put Mather in some tough positions back in set 2 and parts of set 3. Here we are seeing less efficient first ball side out and less service pressure coming from that Boston side, resulting in this 4-point spread. And LVC's not playing their cleanest set of volleyball right now, but capitalizing on a few errors and making a few less of their own Here's Clayton. Into the net. Keeping the door open for the Frogs to bounce their way back into this fourth set and extend it to a fifth. Here's Pinsense. That ball is out of bounds, deep, miscontacted, caught in air pocket. And here's Seifert now. 19, serving 15. Seifert gets the ace off the net tape, and if you're Boston Bounce, that's perhaps one of the most frustrating outcomes this late in the game when you're fighting for anything you can get and you get beat on a net tape ball. Let's see if they can put that ball aside, move on, get on to the next point. There's a pre with a perfect pass, and Nick Kreiser at Seifert, but he gets the dig this time. There's that middle-on-middle action that we had been seeing earlier on. We said someone's going to have to step up and dig this ball, and it was Matt Seifert who got the dig against his fellow middle on the other side of the net there. Bravo, Matt Seifert, for winning that game within the game here that we've been observing. There's Seifert again, another brilliant pass by Apri. Back to Woods, slowed down, and touched well by Maxwell. The ball is back over the net. There's another middle attempt that is blocked, recycled, covered. That ball hit cross court by Brandon Barron. Matthew Seifert not able to get that dig on the Boston Bounce outside hitter, who has been scoring at a high clip in this fourth set here. As we near the end of the game here, 16 serving 21. Let us know in the comments, is Boston Bounce making this comeback, or will the Flamingos hold their territory? Because if it's up to Ryan Mather, he's going to put a nail in that coffin. But let us know what you think. Show some love for the Frogs, or encourage these Flamingos to keep flying their way to victory. There's Mather ripping a ball that gets overpassed. Easy opportunity here for Mather, hitting off the block and out of bounds, losing his footing just slightly on the landing there. But nevertheless, a big point on the service line for Mather as they take a 23-16 lead. And a timeout on the Boston side. Boston facing peril here in the fourth set. Their options are limited. They've got to take care of this very tough Ryan Mather serve. Try to get the ball into the hands of Colin Ritter. Let him work his magic. I'd be surprised if we don't see a Greg Woods attempt here on this ball, given the opportunity. In rotation 3. Very likely that Ritter runs Rafael Burgess here in the middle on a gap ball. Takes some attention off of Woods. Coming in, there's Woods right behind, down the line, and out of bounds. Exactly the play they were looking for. Failing at the point of execution, and Greg Woods says, dang, I want that one back. Give me again. Beautiful pass on the Boston Bounce side. Here's Mather getting rhythm. That ball was a thunderous contact. Clap heard around the world. Keller taking the first ball back to Mather again. Why not rely on him? He's looking for a touch. He's pointing for the touch. He said, you touch it, you touched it, you touched it. And he was right. And LVC takes the match 3-1 on a Ryan Mather service run and a kill out of the back row for the offensive option that we knew would be key to winning this game to the Flamingos. Hats off to the Frogs of Boston Bounce for playing a great match of volleyball. Put together a brilliant second set. Lots of great action here at BLA East Division event number 1 at Mohegan Sun. Thank you for tuning in for this match and for the whole weekend, watching LVC and Force and Bounce. LVC wins the weekend here in point totals, but it's a long season ahead. The next East Division event will be in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, the weekend of March 1st, where Northeast Force and Team LVC out of New York and the Boston Bounce will meet up again for what is sure to be another great weekend of VLA volleyball here on the East Coast. Once again, thanks for tuning in. My name is Garrett Minyard. It's been a pleasure to commentate for all of you watching at home, all the fans of the Flamingos and the Frogs, and the VLA in general. Signing off of the VLA YouTube account. Volley on, everyone. Huh?
Did you do a solo broadcast?
I did.
Do you think about getting any guests? I walk by, like a mom, like, hey.
I got I have to get a picture? No. I'm already in the picture. My name's there. My girls won.
Yeah!
They did.
So pumped for you. Real pumped for you. So they get national.
They're going to nationals.
No. They get the national.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Well, you don't know. Still.
I don't know how that works yet. But I would presume that's the case.
Which is what you want, correct?
I want that.
Yeah.